Good evening, everyone. Welcome to YogaCandi. My name's Candace, and tonight I have a really relaxing Yin Yoga sequence for us. It's going to help us open up our hips and our hamstrings and even our shoulders. But remember to do what you can, and don't worry if something just doesn't feel right for you, then ease out of it and just do what you can. If you need to, sit in child's pose or something like that. Take breaks. If I'm holding a pose too long for you and you think actually it's becoming quite uncomfortable now, then listen to your body and do what feels right for you. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me, and I'm really sorry that I'm starting so late. My internet crashed twice, so I'm really hoping that we can stay online with each other tonight and that this is going to work. Before I begin, all you're going to need tonight is a couple of yoga blocks. If you don't own any yoga blocks, that's absolutely fine. Grab some thick books, stack them up together and have them aside as well. The other thing is a blanket, because at the end when we lie in Shavasana you might get a bit chilly, so have a blanket handy. And the other thing is, if anybody really enjoys doing Yin Yoga with music, I recommend you look up a composer called Karma Loft. So Karma and then Loft. And on there he's got loads of really relaxing meditation and yoga videos for you, which are around an hour long, so it's perfect for this class tonight. At the end of the live video I'll leave you a little link so that when you come back to this one day you can just click on that link and then you've got the sounds for you whenever you need them. Right, so I see two people have joined in. Welcome. Can you guys just leave me a little comment in the chat just to let me know that you can hear me? Make sure that I'm not over there and nobody can hear me. Let's check this. Yep, all is good. And one more thing before we begin, head on over to YogaCandi.com, sign up to my newsletter, because on there's always going to be offers and anything to do with yoga, all tips and tricks, and also updates on what's happening on the YouTube so that you don't miss out on anything. So definitely check that out, sign up, and then you won't miss a thing. So make sure you guys are nice and warm tonight. Switch on your central heating if you need to, and make sure you got some socks on if you live in a cold country like me, because we are going to be very still. It's Yin Yoga, so we hold poses for a couple of minutes at a time, and there's not a lot of movement, so I just want to make sure that you're comfortable. Okay, I think without further ado, I'm going to head over to the mat and we'll begin. All right. So guys, let's start off in a nice comfortable seat. You're welcome to grab yourself a pillow or something, and you can prop your hips up onto a pillow if that's a bit more comfortable for you. But otherwise, sit in whatever position is comfortable, either a full lotus, half lotus, or even a simple cross-legged position. If this is also not accessible to you, then take it to a wall and sit up tall and maybe just hold your knees. We're going to take a couple of minutes here to come into our bodies, especially if you've been working today. It's really important to relax the mind and the body before we begin. Yin Yoga is all about calming the mind and calming the body. So what I'd like you to practice tonight is to practice listening to your breath, keeping your inhales and exhales nice and deep in and out of the nostrils. Sit up nice and tall with your hands on your legs, anywhere that feels comfortable. Close your eyes. And let's just allow our breath to be completely natural at this point. Anytime you start to notice your mind is wandering, perhaps it starts to think about tomorrow or about what you've got to do for the rest of the night, or maybe you're thinking about the past. Remember to bring awareness back to the body, back to your breath, and back into the present moment. When you're ready, we're going to start to deepen our inhales and our exhales. So inhale deeply through your nose, send the breath all the way down into your belly. And then exhale completely, sending all of that air back out of the nose. Keep repeating this breath. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Touch your palms above your head and draw them into your heart center. Bow your head. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat tonight and for giving your body and your mind and your spirit this time to relax and to come back into the present moment. You can open your eyes, and we're going to start off with about 10 really relaxing breaths, which is a really great thing for you guys to learn for if you suffer with stress or anxiety. So if you can take your left hand, bring your index finger and your middle finger together, place those between your eyes on your third eye, and using your thumb, close your right nostril and breathe in through the left nostril. And then using the other 2 fingers which are floating about, your baby finger and your ring finger, close off the left nostril and exhale out of the right side of your nose. So you want to keep repeating this. We're going to do at least 10. So index and middle finger on your forehead. Use your thumb to close your nostril. Inhale through the left side. Then close off the left nostril and exhale through the right. Do this at your own pace. Take your time. Do 2 more. Okay, you can release your hand down. Inhale and exhale through both nostrils. And you may notice that they feel much more clearer now. I actually noticed my left side was quite blocked tonight, so I'm really sorry if you could hear that. But just inhale and exhale through both nostrils and just feel the difference that has made to you. Wonderful. We're going to start off with some hamstring stretches. So if you send your legs out in front of you, and you can take one of your blocks or a book or even a pillow, something like that, and bring your left leg to the inside of your right leg. Sit up nice and tall. And now, depending on your flexibility, perhaps this is where you'll be, and perhaps you'll just stay seated like this and just rest your arm on your book or on your block, and make sure that you close your eyes, because Yin Yoga is all about relaxing into the body. So do what feels right. If you can come all the way down to your foot, then come all the way down, and perhaps just place your hands onto your block or onto your book. Allow your head to hang heavy. Perhaps even just pop your forehead onto your block. Relax forward. Suck in the belly. And take deep inhales and exhales through your nose. There's no right or wrong here. If you need to slightly bend your right leg, then feel free to do that. Keep your foot pointed up towards the sky, so keep your foot engaged in this position. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes, so just enjoy and be one with the body. Another thing in Yin Yoga is to be as still as you can to get the most out of it. Remember to rest your shoulders and really relax your neck wherever you are. Start to point your toes with your right leg. If you can actually grab your feet, you can feel free to push your toes a little further down towards the ground using that right hand. If this is not accessible, then just be where you are. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Point your toes back up towards the ceiling, and perhaps even just push yourself a little further towards that leg Take a deep breath in. And then start to walk your hands up towards your body. Move your block aside, and let's take this over to the other side. So stretch out your left leg. Take your inner foot on your right side to the inner thigh on the left. Remember to be where you are. If you need to just sit up and be here, then be here. Or come all the way down onto your block. If you can grab your foot, then that's great. Grab your foot. And we're going to lean forward. Just rest your head. Be as still as you can. Listen to the breath. Go deeper when you feel you can get a little deeper into the pose. Anytime your mind starts to wander, remember to bring yourself back into your body awareness. Become present once again. And don't beat yourself up if your mind starts to wander. It's completely natural and it's part of the human condition. It's something we're used to doing, so it takes a lot of practice to stop that and to start to really just be. We're so used to running around and doing things all day long that when it comes to switching off, it can be quite a challenge. So forgive yourself when your mind starts to wander. Don't beat yourself up. Take 2 more deep breaths. And start to point the toes on the left side. If you can use that hand to push the toes further towards the ground, then do that. If you're nowhere near your toes, that's absolutely fine. Take 2 more deep inhales and exhales. Start to lift yourself up slowly if you're all the way down, and perhaps pull yourself a little closer towards your leg just for a second. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Now take both your legs out in front of you and let's give them a little shake out. Now we're going to stretch out our arms as well as our legs, but this is completely optional. The way that this is going to be called cow face pose, Gomukhasana arms and legs. And this is quite intense. I find this a pretty intense pose. So if you're a complete beginner, what I recommend, instead of going into the full expression of the pose, is to perhaps sit up on a blanket or a towel or a block or something like that, and bring your left leg in towards your bum. So bring your left leg underneath the right and take that heel to your bum, and then take the right leg over the top and just leave your legs like this. This is more than enough. And you can even just place your hands on your knee and sit like this. Or you can add on an arm stretch, which is what we're going to do in the full expression of the pose. You don't have to go the whole way, so instead you can just lift your right arm up into the air and use your left arm to hold on to that elbow. Sit up nice and tall, close your eyes and be really still and just enjoy these sensations. If you want to go into the full expression of the pose, then as we got in the same way that the beginners get in, start to move your hips forward, bring your knees to touch each other and sit back between your feet. Now don't worry if your knees don't touch each other. This is what it's supposed to do with time and with building the flexibility. I'm nowhere near that myself as of yet, as you can see. My hips are very stubborn. And then for the arms, take your right arm up, take it behind you, and if you can, taking your left arm behind your back, see if you can grab the fingertips of your left hand. Now this is the full expression, so you can do the first modification or you can do this. Do whatever feels right for you. Sit up nice and tall and close your eyes. And once again, we're going to be here a couple of minutes. This is a beautiful way to open up the hips, to open up through the hamstrings. Sorry, not the hamstrings. Through the shoulder blades, through the shoulders, and through the back of that tricep on the right side. So close your eyes, be still, and just enjoy this moment. If at any point it just becomes too intense for your hips or for your arms, feel free to release them and just sit nice and comfortably. Remember to keep your inhales and your exhales nice and deep through the nose. Try to keep your neck and your face relaxed. Relax between the eyebrows. Come straight back into the body if your mind starts to wander. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And very slowly start to release the fingertips if you're holding onto the left arm. Shake your arms out. And then with your hands, lift that top leg up off of the bottom and give it a squeeze in towards your body. Let's swap over and go to the other side. So this time we're taking the right leg underneath the left and taking your left leg over the top, and you can stay here. And remember that you can just lift your left arm and just hold onto that elbow and stay there. That's absolutely fine. Remember, you can prop your hips up if this feels more comfortable, or come into the full expression of the pose and walk forward. Bring your knees together as close as you can. And then sit back between your feet. You may notice one side is a bit tighter than the other. That's completely normal. So this time we're lifting our left arm up into the air, taking it behind you, and see if you can grab the fingertips with the right hand. You may feel quite an intense stretch at the front of the shoulder here on the right side if you're doing the full expression of the pose. If it becomes too much, start to ease off. Sit up nice and tall. Hold your belly in nice and gently. Breathe in and out of your nose. Try to direct your breath into any areas that feel particularly uncomfortable. As if you're sending it some love, some acceptance. Take 5 more deep breaths here. Slowly begin to unravel your arms. Give your shoulders a little roll back behind you. Move your neck from side to side for a second, gliding it from one ear to the other. Go back over to the left side. And then use your hands to release that top leg. Start to lift it up, bring it over the top and squeeze it in towards your body. Take your legs out in front of you and give them a shake out once again. You can lean back onto your arms if you need to, or sit up nice and tall. Okay, so now we're going to do Sleeping Pigeon. So some of you may already know what this pose is, and feel free to go straight into it. If you're not sure, come up onto your knees. If you're a complete beginner, or if you're particularly tight, you may need a block or a pillow for this. I'm going to show you the very beginner modification to start with. So place your block where your bum's is going to go. So reach your hands forward as if you're in a plank. Then bring your right leg, your right knee to your right palm. And your left leg can stay either close to your left palm, your foot can stay close to your left palm, or you can bring it closer into your body. The closer it is to your body, the easier this is going to be. Now, if your hips are raised up onto your block, this is the easiest way to be in this pose. And you can just be up nice and tall, or you can come down to your elbows, or you can even come down to your head, or just allow your head to hang heavy here. And if that's where you are, then that's fine, be there. Or if you would like to get a bit deeper, remove the block, and again, come into your plank. Bring that knee to your right palm, and that foot, this foot, if it's close to your left hand, it's going to be much harder. So the more squared off your leg is to the front of your mat, the harder this is going to be, the more intense it's going to be, and the closer the foot is towards the body, the less intense it's going to be. So stay up nice and tall just for a second. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath here. And wherever you are, you can start to come down onto your elbows. Another important tip in this pose to keep your knee safe is to imagine you're pointing your feet, but at the same time you're engaging your toes up towards the top of the mat. So you're almost pointing them, but then the toes are coming up, if that makes any sense, rather than your whole foot being engaged, which actually locks the knee. I recommend taking this version instead. Okay, and you can use your blocks here if you would like to, and just rest your head nicely on the block. Perhaps this is enough, and just be here. If you want to get deeper into your Sleeping Pigeon, then you can come all the way down to the ground and just allow your body to hang really nice and heavy over that leg. Remember to breathe nice and deeply here. Pay attention to your breath and to the sensations in the body. If anything doesn't feel right, then just start to ease up and come back up onto your hands. Allow your thoughts to pass. Pay them no attention at all. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here. When you're ready, let's start to walk our hands back up. Lift up onto your knees. And bring that leg behind you. Let's just sit back on that leg for a second. Wiggle it about for a minute. Maybe even take your legs out in front of you, because it can be quite intense, this pose. And just give your legs another shake out before we go over to the other side. Come back up and remember to use your props if you need them. Take your hands about shoulder distance apart. Come into your plank and take the left leg out in front of you this time. Take that knee to the left hand. And remember that the more squared off your leg is with the front of the mat, the harder this is going to be. Send that right leg nice and straight behind you. Sit up nice and tall to start off with. Try to square off your hips in this pose as well. And the way to do that is to try to send your left hip slightly back with your right hip ever so slightly forward. These tiny adjustments make such a difference. Remember to kind of point the foot but engage the toes. So you're lifting the toes up. When you're ready, come down onto your block, onto your forearms, or all the way down to the mat. Remember to listen to your body. There's no competition with yoga. Just be wherever you are and accept the present moment. Become nice and still, keeping your inhales and your exhales lovely and deep in and out of the nose. Enjoy every sensation in the body and try to direct your breath to any areas that feel particularly tight tonight. Allow gravity to do its work and allow everything to sink into the mat, melting deeper and deeper into the pose.
Take 3 more deep breaths in and out of the nostrils. Begin to release your head. Come back up onto your arms if you were all the way down. Sit up nice and tall once again. Start to lean forward, and let's take that leg behind us to meet the other. Come into a tabletop, and let's just inhale, look up in our cat-cow. Exhale, arch the back, tuck the tailbone and suck in the belly. Inhale, look up, open through the shoulder blades. Through the shoulders. Exhale, arch the back, tuck the tailbone and really push through your shoulder blades. Send your hips back. Stretch your arms out in front of you. And let's come back up into a seat. Right, we're going to do a couple more poses here, guys. So we're going to come into butterfly now. For those of you that are very tight in your hip flexors, I recommend taking this to a wall. If your legs are all the way up here, that's absolutely fine. Instead, what I'd recommend is sit against a wall, hold on to your toes and just sit up nice and tall. Eventually, they may start coming down and down and down. Some people may have very open hips, and then that's great. Be where you are. You can use your block here. So bring your heels as close to your crutch as you can. Let your legs fall out to the sides. Flap your wings for a second. Get a little bit of movement and then become still and start to lean forward. Now the more forward you are, of course, the more intense this is going to be. So you can be on your block and you can rest your head. Or you can just rest your forearms onto your block and just stay here. Close your eyes and enjoy that. And that's absolutely fine. If this is as far as you can go, or even if you're sitting against a wall, that's fine. Be there. Or come all the way down to the ground. Just make sure it's comfortable enough for you and that you're not overstressing the body. Allow your back to roll and to arch a little bit. Don't worry about keeping your back straight in this pose tonight. Allow everything to be really soft and really gentle. Hang your head nice and heavy. And if you're sitting up, then I recommend just making sure that you roll your shoulders back and down. Try not to tighten through the shoulders. Allow everything to be soft and to give in to gravity. Close your eyes here and let's enjoy the breath. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Start to come up onto your hands. If you were all the way down on the floor, walk yourself back, grab onto your knees and pull them in towards your body. Have a nice little tight squeeze here. And we've got 2 more poses, but well, it's actually 1, but of course we have to swap sides before we end in our lovely Shavasana. So we've got 2 options here. Come lie down on your back, stretch your legs out in front of you, take your arms out into a T, take your right leg to your inner left thigh and just allow that leg to fall over to the side in a really gentle twist. If you would like to get deeper into your twist, then you can send your hips ever so slightly to the right. Take your right leg, cross it over the left leg. You can cross it once or you can cross it twice. And then allow your hips to fall over to the left side of the mat. Try to keep both your shoulders onto the ground and look in the opposite direction to your legs. So in this case, if you're following the way I am, then you need to let your head fall over to the right and your legs over to the left. Become really still, be really heavy in the body. And just enjoy this gentle twist of the spine. Remember to keep your inhales and your exhales nice and deep. And allow any thoughts to pass. Enjoy one more breath here. On your next inhale, start to lift your legs up. Come back to the center, unwrap your legs. Just stretch your legs up into the air one at a time. We're going to take it over to the other side. I'm going to have to move my mic pack a minute. So I'm just going to put that aside. And then remember, you can stretch out the right leg if you're a beginner. Take the left leg to the inner thigh and just allow your hips to fall over to the side here. You can also use your hand to keep that knee in place. Or you can get a little deeper by sending your hips towards the left side of the mat. Lift the left leg in the air, cross it over the right, either once or twice. And then allow the hips to fall over to the right side of the room. And allow your head to drop over to the left. Keep your hands in a T. Close your eyes And try to keep both of your shoulder blades as close to the ground as you can. Just breathe here, be still, and stay nice and present. Take 2 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, bring your legs up to the center. Uncross your feet. Bend your knees in towards your chest and give your knees a hug towards the body. Open them wide and squeeze them up towards your armpits. Release your knees and stretch your legs out in front of you. We're going to come down for our final resting pose, Shavasana now. If you have a blanket handy, you might want to put that over you, especially if you're in the UK or somewhere like that. It's quite chilly at the moment, so I'm going to use mine. And then just open your legs out slightly wider than hip distance apart. Allow your hands to be a little bit further away from your body, only a couple of inches away. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath your body. Allow everything to be really heavy here. With your face facing up towards the sky, close your eyes. This is a time to be completely present, to be completely within the body, listening to the breath and feeling and hearing the silence around you. Remember that any time your mind starts to wander, bring your attention straight back to the breath. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you would like tonight. I'll stay with you for a couple of minutes and perhaps talk you through a little bit of relaxation here. Try not to fall asleep. Don't worry if you do. I have plenty of times. Instead, be aware and just be. Allow your body to sink really heavy into the ground, relaxing every part of you. Feel the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and out. Feel that slight tingling sensation in your fingertips, showing that you're alive. Allow your breath to be completely natural now. Don't force it. Listen to the natural rhythm of your own breath. Perhaps even allow your lips to part ever so slightly. And relax the mouth within your, the tongue within your mouth. Relax your toes. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your calves. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips. Relax your stomach. Relax your ribs. Relax your chest. Relax your collarbones. Relax your shoulders. Relax your upper arm. Relax your elbows. Relax your forearm. Relax your wrists. Relax your thumbs. Relax your fingers. Relax your palms. Relax your whole arm. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your lips. Relax your cheekbones. Relax your nose. Relax your eyelids. Relax your eyebrows. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your forehead. And relax your scalp. Relax. Take 10 more deep breaths. And very, very gently start to wiggle your fingertips, just the tips. And then move your whole hand. Perhaps rotate your palms. Inhale your hands above your head. Give your body a stretch as if you're just waking up in the morning. Point your toes. Roll over onto one side. Keep your eyes closed. And then very gently push yourself up into a seat. Keep your eyes closed just for a moment. Place your hands onto your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Raise your hands up to the sky. Draw them into your heart center. Namaste. If anybody is staying in Shavasana, then feel free just to be there. I'm going to come forward. And I really hope you guys have enjoyed this flow tonight. I'm really sorry we started late again. Hopefully this doesn't keep happening, but at least we've actually got something called the internet and we can share this together, which is so beautiful. I feel privileged to be able to do that. So carry on with your evening, carry on relaxing and enjoying the night, and remember to stay present. It doesn't have to be something you only practice on your mat. Try to practice it off the mat as well. So guys, enjoy your night. There's not much more I need to say. I just want you to relax, be stress-free and anxiety-free. So until next time, namaste.